You moving to the Boston suburbs and wondering what your money will get you in our red-hot real estate market in the spring of 2023? I featured homes selling for around $1.5 million, and now we're going to take a quick look at what $2 million will get you in the Metro West suburbs of Greater Boston. Hope you enjoy. I'm Jane. My channel is Living in the Boston Burbs. Each week I release a video sharing information to inform your search for real estate for your relocation to Greater Boston. So remember to subscribe so you don't miss a video, and please reach out if you have any questions. I'm always happy to hear from my YouTube viewers to help you with your search for your family's new home. The first home we're going to take a look at is 28 Sunset Road in Wellesley. Is in a beautiful, popular neighborhood known as College Heights. It was named after the Wellesley College professors that lived there 100 years ago. It's a close-knit community with a lot of neighborhood get-togethers, quiet streets, so good for bike riding. Kids can walk to the elementary and the middle school and the high school. And this particular home is really a classic center entrance colonial, typical of what you'd find in this neighborhood. However, it gave a tight feeling to me when you walked in. It was built in the 1920s and had an extension that was done about in the 80s. So here's the foyer, which as you can see has an arts and crafts feel, but not that spacious, open to the center staircase, and really tastefully updated and keeping all those great character and charm of a turn-of-the-century colonial. Here's the dining room with the corner built in, and everything had been updated. So it had a beautiful white kitchen with stainless appliances. Those homes definitely seem to be most attractive to buyers at every stage of life as we're in this hot market in the spring of 2023. But as you can see, not a huge house. There's a little dining nook with a bunkette and a TV room behind the kitchen. Here's the powder room, and this was super cute. This was one of the bedrooms upstairs, had this really cozy office, and I just love this triple window giving you a nice open feeling there. But again, this house was not huge. In fact, it's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home that's just 2,800 square feet. Now, a third of an acre might not seem like a lot, but for this particular neighborhood, that's pretty generous. It was listed for $1,650, and it actually sold $200,000 over asking with multiple offers and sold for $1,850. We're going to move on to Needham, which is the town next to Wellesley, about the same size, between around 28,000 people, a really great town center, lots of an urban suburban feel, so close-knit neighborhoods with smaller lots. So this is an example of a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home, and for almost the same price as the Wellesley home, you're getting almost another 1,000 square feet of living space. However, you're getting a smaller lot, because 8712 square foot lot is pretty darn tiny. This house was built in 2000, so it's much newer, and as I said, another 1,000 square feet, so much more open feel as you cross the threshold into the foyer. And this house had some really fun decor. Sometimes it's hard for buyers and for brokers to see past that. And here's a room that's a more neutral color of popular gray in the dining room, which had this really cool light fixture. Now, 2000, most kitchens were natural or even a dark wood. And in the last few years, white kitchens were a light green or a very creamy color cabinet, more popular. So we are seeing a trend towards painting cabinets and maybe updating this backsplash and going with a white granite or Caesar stone look. And this would really make this kitchen look as current as if it were just built. But again, very typical of 2000. And it has a nice floor plan that is very desirable today, with a kitchen family room with a counter for a peninsula where you can put a couple stools and open into the family room. There's a separate dining area overlooking the backyard, and of course a fireplace. New Englanders, we love our fireplaces. A lot of them you'll see are gas now, but in the older homes you'll typically see a wood-burning fireplace, and if there was an addition, typically we'll pop in a gas fireplace. There's a nice bright red color, but again, sometimes buyers have a hard time seeing past this. And the bedrooms are nice and spacious. This one has some terrific built-ins. In case you don't know where you are, you're in the loft. And nice, beautiful bath with a tiled shower floor with a frameless glass door and a double sink. So this is, again, this kind of tile's typical of 2000. So not completely updated, but absolutely move-in condition and easy if you're relocating. You don't have to worry about doing anything except maybe swapping out some paint colors. Nice big closets with a bifold door. And then this kid's bath also has 2 sinks. Typically for this price in Needham, I would also expect to see a nicely finished basement, and this house does not disappoint. As you can see, the columns are wrapped, there's carpeting here, and it's nice and bright and cheerful with recessed lights. And this is, of course, how you know you're in the basement. You see those little basement windows. And again, this is a very small yard, but obviously didn't stop it from getting snapped up over asking. There's a very nice patio and room for a climbing structure and a shed. 11 Hillside is a terrific house in Wellesley. I actually had the listing about 1.5 years ago, and the buyers at that time were planning on staying for a long time, but had a corporate transfer. So we were not sure how the market was going to receive this house. It was the fall of 2022. Interest rates had gone up, and it's an older home with some quirky things. So the number one quirky thing that you cannot tell from this first picture is that it's sideways on the lot. So it's a beautiful, elegant 1919 colonial with stucco siding, but the neighboring house is literally right here. So it's 5 bedrooms, just 2.5 baths, and the basement was a little on the scary side. So as you walk into the main foyer, there's a beautiful living room and a staircase up, and this opened to this really pretty sunroom, which I'm going to show you in a minute. This was the dining room, and the kitchen was okay. It wasn't great. Everybody who went in it 1.5 years ago wanted to knock a wall down and open it up into that main entrance area, but these people didn't end up doing it either. They ended up moving, as I mentioned. So it was older cabinets that have been painted white with nice stainless appliances, still spacious and room to eat in, and it had a really pretty yard. You can get us kind of a sneak peek here to the detached 2-car garage. There was a family room, and this was my favorite room in the house. There was an absolutely beautiful solarium, sunroom, greenhouse. It did have heat, had radiant heat in the floor and windows on 3 sides. So just really pretty. And you're very close to town, and you're very close to the Wellesley Farms train station, but it felt like a little bit tucked away and was pretty quiet. Here's another view. That same sunroom had a really cool skylight. Upstairs were 4 spacious bedrooms. There were 2 baths on the 2nd floor, and then there was some built-ins too for this kid's bedroom. And there was actually a really nice playroom on the 3rd floor, which these people obviously were using as an office. And the other end they used as an exercise space. So I always like in older homes to use the 3rd floor as the family room, because sometimes they're a little cheerier and brighter than going into an older basement. And it did have also a very nice mudroom coming in the back door. So here's your back patio. So the yard was a little bit unusual. A, that the house was sideways on the lot, and B, that there wasn't a very deep backyard, but enough land to play, throw a ball, and grow some flowers. A very elegant Wellesley home. For the next listing I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually go into our MLS. So this is fun because this is what it looks like from the realtor side. So Plymouth Rd is in one of my favorite neighborhoods in Needham. It's known as the Ladder Street. So I can't show you on realtor.com because this is new construction or a greatly renovated and expanded home that if you look in realtor.com, the pictures were of the previous iteration of this house. So in 2023, this home was gut renovated, and I'm going to so it's under contract for $1,950. So this was essentially a new house being sold by a builder. So it was actually on the market for 60 days. So that seemed a little suspect to me. But now I'm looking, they started at $1,999 in January. They reduced the price to $1,925. They took the house off the market for a couple of weeks. They put it back on. So I don't have the whole story, but if you want to know the story, call me and I'll find out. So I don't actually know what this is closing for, but as you can see, they put it back on for $1,950 and it immediately went under contract. So my guess is this did close for $1,950, $1,925, but it's not huge. It's a really pretty house with everything today's buyers are looking for. Light, bright, contemporary finishes, but you get the feel for the old house. Not a big foyer. You're walking right into the staircase. As you can see, you're close to the house across the street. This is super cool. It's a fireplace with a mirror on top, but it's a cool contemporary built-in. Here's a room being staged as an office. You can see there's a pretty deck. But again, these bedrooms are not big. For 1950, you're not getting a ton of space. What you are getting, however, is brand new finishes. So this bathroom will absolutely appeal. These oil rub bronze colored fixtures are very popular, and that's like kind of a cool soaking tub. This room's a little bit bigger and has its own private bath. And here's the basement, has brand new carpet, which they've covered up with plastic so the buyers walking through won't get it dirty. And here's a pretty view of the deck. So on these ladder streets, the yards are all very level. Again, great for bike riding, walk to town, walk to train, not close proximity to the elementary and middle schools, and a nice big grassy yard. So this hasn't closed yet, but my prediction is that it will close right around what they're asking of 1950. And the last house I'm going to show you. Now here's an example of how much further your money goes if you buy in Natick versus Wellesley or Needham. So Natick is just a little bit west of Wellesley, still a great town with an A+ rated school system, 2 train stations so you could take the commuter rail to Boston, convenient to the Mass Pike, lots of green space and a beautiful pond for swimming, but the prices are just a little bit lower. Other fun fact, there's a really fantastic mall called the Natick Mall with everything from a Nordstrom's to Macy's to a California Pizza Kitchen to a Great Merrill. I realized the California Pizza Kitchen made no sense right there, but lots of big chain restaurants too. So here for the same price of $1925, you are getting a big new construction center entrance colonial with way more bells and whistles. So you have a much more spacious feel, beautiful island, nice finishes. I love this herringbone laid backsplash, a wolf cooktop, really pretty. You can see they've got the French door fridge here, they've got a cooktop here, and then they put a double wall oven plus the microwaves in the island, and then this looks like a wine fridge. So much more luxurious to be just at $2 million in Natick versus Needham or Wellesley. This house was actually built in 2015, and sometimes we say that gently used homes are even better than new construction homes. And here's an example of where you have to spend money on new construction that the buyer here would not. In this house, every window has a blind or a window treatment. So typically anything affixed stays when you buy a house. So here in the office, they have these beautiful custom blinds, and those would stay. Decorative ones sometimes people exclude, but it's not inexpensive to do these window treatments throughout your entire house. And also, these people gave it a little personality by wallpapering the bathroom. This is really elegant and beautiful. I also love this nod to our New England roots of the wainscoting, and these chunky trims really give it an elegant, luxurious feel. Upstairs, we do see some rooms with wall-to-wall carpet, though typically we see hardwood floors in new construction. And this is an awesome soaking tub in this primary bath with a separate shower. Double sink. Sign me up. I love this house. And down in the basement, there's this nice recreation exercise room. So room to send the kids to hang out, room to play pool, and a nice big laundry room which has a sink. And here's the backyard. This is a really nice location. It's a really nice neighborhood of similar style and age homes, and nice and level, easy for bike riding and walking, and a nice big lot. And here's a good overview of the neighborhood. If you're thinking about moving to Greater Boston, please reach out, as I would love to help you. I hope this video provided some insight information that's helpful to you. So what did you think? Leave your comments and remember to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.